Hello students, again I am here in front of you to discuss the metals and non-metals chapter. So in the last class we discussed about the properties of the metal, okay, the properties of which is the reaction of the metals with the water, with the oxygen, everything we discussed, okay, and even we discussed about what are the amphoteric oxides. So that was a very important topic we discussed in the last video. So in this video again we are going to discuss again more important things which are definite in a examination purpose. Okay, today only I will say some of the questions. You today only mark that they will come definitely in annual examination. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about the reaction of the metals with the solutions of other metal salts. Okay, what happens when metals react with the solutions of other metal salts? What is the reaction is there? Simple. Metal A, name the metal. We just given the name of the A and B like that. Metal A, right? When the metal react with the salt solution, just given A and B to understand what is the type of the reaction is happening here. Okay, we already discussed about the displacement reaction in the first chapter. The displacement reaction. So remind one more time, what do you mean by the displacement reaction? Simple. The more reactive element displaces to the less reactive element in an aqueous solution. Means the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element in an aqueous solution is known as displacement reaction. So right, so the same condition is applying in this reaction also. So the metal A reacts with the salt solution B. So what is happening? It is actually the displacement reaction. How? It is going to form salt solution A. Salt is the metal A. Now this metal A displaces to the salt solution B, and the B displaces towards the metal A. Right. So then as a result, it becomes salt solution A and B shifts here. So it's called as metal B. Same thing is here. Check here. Salt solution A and metal B. Is it a displacement reaction? Yes, it is a displacement reaction. Now understand this one by an example of a displacement reaction. Fe plus CuSO4. Just take an example. Sorry, a call was there. Okay. When iron, right? When iron reacts with copper sulfate, the copper sulfate is in aqueous solution, right? It is an aqueous solution. When iron reacts with CuSO4, sir, instead of iron, is it reverse is possible here like this? Cu plus FeSO4. Is it possible, sir? No, it's not possible, because the copper is less reactive than the iron. So the reverse reaction is not possible. So what the definition is telling us? The more reactive element displaces towards the less reactive element. So we have to take that kind of the example only, Fe plus CuSO4, where Fe is the more reactive than the Cu. So what happens? The SO4, right? The SO4, it is a salt solution, right? CuSO4 is a salt solution. What does the displacement reaction will happen? So same thing, it will be FeSO4 plus Cu. The sulfate of the copper in an aqueous solution, it displaces towards the Fe, right? So as a result, it becomes FeSO4 remaining the Cu as the metal. So same thing, metal, salt solution A and the metal B. So this is known as the reaction of the metals with the solutions of other salts. Simple. You remember this line and give an example. No need to write this displacement reaction. Okay, the definition. Simple. I just reminded you about the displacement reaction, where the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. It displaces. It will come here. So it will come here in this form. Right. Fe will be displaced here and the Cu will be displaced here. As a result, it becomes FeSO4 with liberating the Cu as the product. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the reactivity series, right? So make sure today only this question will arise in examination for 2 marks. So it is very important. Put the 3 stars for this question for 2 marks. Very, 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 very important questions of metals and non-metals. So, right. So don't think that I'm telling all the questions as important only. I'm saying which questions arises most in the annual examination. Okay. So that's my duty to tell you. So this reactivity series, if you know, means you can solve most of the reactions of the chemistry. So right. It's a very important a topic for you to remember, right? So this is the reactivity series. So the reactivity of the metals decreases from top to bottom, right? So these are the most reactive elements. When we are moving towards, it becomes the least reactive elements. So right, means the reactivity series decreases from top to bottom. These are the most reactive elements. These are the least reactive elements. Right, and they will be the medium size. So if the reactivity series decreases from top to bottom, so right, as we discussed in the displacement reaction only, where we taken the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. So I said that the copper is not possible to take, because here you can see that iron is more reactive than the copper, because the reactivity series is decreasing from top to bottom, right? Decreasing from top to bottom. Means potassium is most reactive, then after potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. Right. So write the names one more time. I think that I showed this reactivity series to remember in the first chapter only. You maybe remember. K means potassium. It is the potassium, right? N means sodium. Na means sodium. Ca means calcium. Mg means magnesium, right? Al means aluminium. Zn means the zinc. Fe, iron. Pb, lead. H, hydrogen. Then I asked this question. H is taken in the series of the metals, right? Then I said that even the H is taken in case of the non-metal also. So there is a reason hydrogen is acting as both. Sometimes it acts as a metals and even sometimes it acts as a non-metal, depending upon the reaction. Okay. Cu means copper. Hg means mercury. Ag means silver. Right. Au means gold. So how to remember this reactivity series? It is very important. It will ask for the 2 marks. So if you remembering in the examination, if it is asked, means you have to write in this form, right? First write the full name, then after write the symbol of that element. Okay. Even you can write directly this also, but if you are writing this also, means it will be good enough for you. Then how to remember this one with the trick? I showed you this trick in the first chapter only. So I will take the first letter of this all elements: P, S, C, M, A, Z, I, L, H, C, M, S, G. So I will take the first letter of all the elements and I will find some of the easy way to remember all these elements. If you are not having any easy a manner of remembering, means it is not possible to remember. I think that one or two will be they will be displaced. So if you are missing one or two, or one is coming up and again is coming down, means whole reactivity series will be wrong. So it is very important to write one after one elements in a sequential manner. It is very important. So right, that take the first letter. P I will refer as please. P I will refer as please. It's a trick. It's not written in the book, so don't think that where is it is in a book. It's a trick to remember. Yes, refer as send. Just refer S as send. C means cats. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. Already said. Okay. C refers to the cats. M refers to the monkeys. Right. So then A refers to the ant. Aluminium A. Z refers to the zebras. Right. I refers to the in. Right. L refers to the lovely. H refers to the happy. C refers to the cages. M refers to the ma'am here. S is soon. G is grateful. So it is a just trick to remember whole the reactivity series. So read once again, okay? How you are going to remember, right? Please send cats, monkeys, and zebras in lovely, happy cages, ma'am, soon, gratefully. Right? Please send cats, monkeys, and zebras in a lovely, happy cages, ma'am, soon, gratefully. Is it possible to write by knowing this one? I will show you how to write this one. If you remember this trick, means you can write whole the reactivity series. So you have to write first of all in the wordings, right? You cannot write in a symbol. If you take in the symbol, means you cannot write anything here. Please take again the first letter of these all letters. Right. Please, P means potassium. Right. S means sodium. Please send cat. C means calcium. M means magnesium. A means aluminium. Z means zinc. I means iron. L means lead. H means hydrogen. Ca means Ca. What is Ca here? Cages. One more. Cobalt not. Again on here copper. Sorry, it's a copper. Copper. Right. M mercury. S silver. G gold. Why I got confused here means one Ca is here also and one Ca is here also. So I have to just relatively try to remember this only one point. First is the calcium, then after is the copper, right? So then after it's okay to remember. Potassium means K, sodium means Na, calcium means Ca, magnesium Mg, aluminium Al, zinc Zn, iron Fe, lead Pb, hydrogen H, copper Cu, mercury Hg, silver Ag, gold Ag. Is it a trick to remember? Please send cats, monkeys, and zebras in a lovely, happy cages, ma'am, soon, gratefully. Can you repeat? Please send cats, monkeys, and zebras in a lovely, happy cages, ma'am, soon, gratefully. So it was a very easy trick to remember whole the reactivity series, and this question will arise for 2 marks in the annual examination. So practice it and try to remember all the things. No need to write this one in the annual examination. Okay, if you write in this one means again he will think that you are foolish. Okay, You have to write this much only. It is a trick to remember. You have to write this one in a rough book, a rough page. Then after you can refer this one. Okay. The reactivity series decreases from top to the bottom. So as a result, very important to write the many reactions of the displacement and double displacement reaction. I hope you understood. So now we're discussing about the reaction of metals with the non-metals, right? So what happens when metals react with the non-metals? I will give some of the basic information about what is a metal, what is its reactivity nature, and what is a non-metal, and what is its reactivity nature. So discuss about this one. And this question is, I have seen in my experience that this question arises even for 3 marks in annual examination. Okay. When I was in a CBSE board, this question was very important. We used to make practice of this question again and again to the students. Okay. So even in the NCERT board also, in our state board also, which becomes NCERT now, it is an equal syllabus in all the whole the India. Even in the NCERT board, our Karnataka board also, this question was arised many times, right? You can consider the supplementary also, even annual also. So this question was very important for the 3 marks. Not this question. I will tell you how what is the mode of asking the question on this one, right? The reactivity of elements is the tendency to attain a completely filled valence shell. Tendency here meaning is capacity. What do you mean by tendency? The tendency nothing but it is the capacity, right? Means the reactivity of elements is the capacity to attain. Attain means पहुंचना. पहुंचने को क्या बोलते हैं? Attain. A completely filled valence shell. What do you mean by valence shell? The valence shell nothing but it is the outermost shell. The outermost shell is called as valence shell. Valency is different from valence. Valency is the number of unpaired. The number of unpaired electrons in the outermost shell. So this is called as valency. The valency and valence, they have the total different meaning. So never confuse between the valency and valence. The number of unpaired electrons present in outermost shell means you have to represent the unpaired word here in case of valency. But in case of valence, you should only write the number of electrons in the outermost shell. When you are neglecting the unpaired, it becomes valence. The definition of valence. If you are including the unpaired means it becomes valency, right? So in the outermost shell, what the elements try to do, actually the element try to attain their completely filled valence shell. Means in the nature, all the elements, all the maximum elements they are unstable. They are unstable. To become stability, they try to react. If any metal or any element is stable in nature, it is called as non-reactive, right? If hydrogen and oxygen is stable means no possible of having the water. They are unstable, that is the reason they are going to react with each other. Are you understanding? If I am stable, I have everything means no need to do the work here, right? Because we all are unstable, the whole world is unstable, that is the reason we want to work to become stable. So we call in the periodic table as the noble gases, right? The noble gases are called as the stable gases or the stable elements. That is the reason the noble gases are also called as non-reactive elements, inert gases, they have the many names. Right, because they are stable in nature. When you become stability, you becomes nothing work, no work to do. Just consider you are working in a well-reputed institution or in the government sector. You will work for 40-30 years. Then after you will get retirement. Retirement just to consider as a stability. After retirement, you cannot do anything, right? but up to the retirement you were fighting to become stable. That is just an example, so never mind about that one. So are you understanding what is the meaning of the stability and valence shell? The reactivity of elements is the tendency to complete the completely filled valence shell. Means every element in the nature, maximum element who are reacting, they all are unstable. That is the reason to become stable, they both are reacting. A metal, a non-metal, metal is unstable, non-metal is unstable. When the both combined, they becomes stable. Right. So then, I will give some of the deep explanation about this one, metals and non-metals. So just consider what we are discussing, the reaction of metals with the non-metals, right? So take metals, first metals. So we are discussing here about the aqueous solution matter, right? Aqueous solution matter. Again, there are the two kind of the charges are there. If you are taking about the solid means, they are called as cathode, anode, right? So they are comes under the solid. Cathode means negative charge, anode means positive charge. This in case of the solid material, right? The same case is in case of the aqueous solution. In case of aqueous solution, they becomes cation, anion. Cation means positive, anion means negative. Remember this only one point. Everything you are going to understand. In case of solid, cathode means negative, anode means positive. In case of aqueous solution, right, they are called as the cation and anion. Cation means here positive, anion means negative. So just check here, cathode is negative, but here cation is positive. Anode is positive, but anion is the negative. Remember this only one point. Okay. So right, we are discussing about the aqueous solution means we are discussing about the cations and anions. Metals, right? Consider in your street, right? In your area, some of the beggars are there. Amma de, appa de, they will come while begging, right? Just an example. Never mind of this example to understand it one, right? So they are begging. So they are taking. So they are asking something from you. Right, because they do not have the money, you have the money, so they are asking from you. A beggar will not ask from a beggar. Remember this thing. This point is very important. A beggar will not ask from the beggar. Right. So a beggar is asking from you. You are little money holder person means they will ask from you. Right. Why you are looking, why you are wearing. So they will ask. When you are asking, you are a non-metal. Are you understanding? If you are a acceptor, you are a non-metal. If you are a giver, you are a metal. Simple thing. देने वाला metal है, लेने वाला non-metal है. अगर आप दे रहे 10 रुपए दे रहे, तो आप metal हो गए. जब भी आप कुछ देते, आपका इज्जत बढ़ता क्या घटता? सिंपल थिंग, नॉर्मली बोलो, आपका इज्जत बढ़ता या घटता? ऑफकोर्स बढ़ता सर, हमारा रेपुटेशन बढ़ता, कुछ मदद की है हम सोसाइटी में, कुछ भी दान किए तो हमारा नाम ऊंचा होता, जैसा कि वट एवर ऑल द पीपल आर गोइंग टू डू हियर, राइट? पब्लिसिटी के लिए दान करते थोड़े थोड़े लोग. सो व्हेन यू गिव समथिंग, यू बिकम्स द हाई लेवल. योर पॉजिटिव इमेज स्टार्टेड टू ग्रो, राइट? Like just like the Sonu Sood who given the people who are hungry at that time, he was got the value of the heroism. So right, so these all things are there. When you give something, I'm not going that much deeper. When you give something, right, your reputation increases. You are a giver means you are a metal. देने वाला metal है, लेने वाला non metal है. Remember this only one thing. Metal क्या करते हैं? Metals are मेटल देने वाला है. सो कभी भी देने वाले का चार्ज पॉजिटिव रहता, पॉजिटिव नथिंग बट कैटायंस. इन केस ऑफ aqueous solution, आई एम टॉकिंग इन केस ऑफ aqueous solution. मेटल lose the electron. You can tell lose also, or you can even tell गिव ऑल्सो, राइट। लूज मीन्स आप कुछ दे रहे, तो आप लूज कर रहे कि गेन कर रहे? लूज ही कर रहे, राइट। दो यूर रेपुटेशन इंक्रीजिंग बट यू आर लूजिंग द थिंग। अगर आप पैसा दे रहे तो आपका पैसा तो घट रहा ना, थोड़ी बढ़ रहा है, तो लूज कर रहे आप। मेटल्स लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम वेयर दे आर गोइंग टू लूज? फ्रॉम द आउटरमोस्ट शेल। रिमेंबर दिस वन, they are going to lose from the outermost shell, nothing but they are the valence shell. Metals lose electrons from the valence shell and hence they carry cations, means they carry positive ions. What about the non-metals? Non-metals gain. अगर कोई आपसे कुछ ले रहा तो उसको पा रहा, उसके पास तो आ गया, आप दिए, आप लूज कर दिए, राइट। सो नॉन मेटल्स विल गेन। लेने वाला क्या होता? एनायन होता। वो क्या बन जाता? नेगेटिव बन जाता। सिंपल थिंग। आप मेटल है, लूज कर इलेक्ट्रॉन आउटरमोस्ट शेल से, आपका वैल्यू बढ़ गया, पॉजिटिव कैटायन हो गया। आप नॉन मेटल है, आप ले रहे, किससे ले रहे? मेटल से ले रहे। आप मेटल से ले रहे, जो ये दे रहे हो इच ले रहे। इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर गिविंग फ्रॉम मेटल टू द नॉन मेटल, आप गेन कर रहे, राइट। आप गेन करने के बाद आपके अंदर क्या आ गया? नेगेटिव चार्ज आ गया, आप बन गए एनायन, राइट। सो मेटल दे रहा, नॉन मेटल ले रहा, तो ये दोनों के बीच में क्या होता मालूम है? रिएक्शन होता। अगर ये ले रहा भी नहीं, अगर ये ले रहा भी नहीं, ये दे रहा भी नहीं, तो दोनों के बीच में रिएक्शन नहीं होता। सब इमेजिन कर लो, पूरा दुनिया के अंदर सभी के पास, सभी लोग के पास, बूढ़ा बच्चा सभी, किसके पास इक्वल मनी है? सभी के पास 1-1 करोड़ है पूरा दुनिया में, कोई भी रहने दो आदमी। देन हाउ इट विल बी? कोई देता भी नहीं, कोई लेता भी नहीं, सभी के पास इक्वल है, राइट। सो देन द होल वर्ल्ड बिकम स्टेबल। आई एम टेलिंग अबाउट दैट ओनली। When everybody becomes stable, then there is no reaction. To have the reaction, there should be the unstability in the nature. When there is an unstable in the elements, then only they are going to react with each other. Metal will not react with metal. Non-metal, right? Metals, and it will not react with the metal. Metals always react with the non-metals. So, right. Now, I hope you understood this all things, the basic information. Now we are going to discuss about the 3 marks important question. So now today only put the 3 stars. Okay. So I think that the time is over here, right? We will discuss in our next class a very important question. So right, it's a very important question. You should be prepared for it. One, that question is for 3 marks. That comes under the reaction of metals and non-metals only. That question is for 3 marks, right? So it's a very important question. Maximum time I seen that even in the supplementary, in the preparatory exam also, this question was arised, right? It's a very important question for the 3 marks. So it will take little bit time. So the reason I am thinking to continue the next class. So right. So whatever we discussed today, right? That you may think that we taken a lot of the things, right, which are unnecessary. Don't think like that manner. So what is the need of explaining this all by taking the example means, because we are discussing about the metal and non-metal chapter means, the main important thing is only about the reactivity series and metals, the property of a metal and non-metal, right? I said that the giver is the positive and the taker is the negative. So it may think that you are a very easy point, but that will make the big difference in the annual examination, because many students are going to forget this only, right? What the charge of the metal, what the charge of the non-metal, and whether the metal is the giver or the gainer or not. Metal लेता या नहीं लेता? Metal कभी भी नहीं लेते किससे भी, right? सिर्फ non-metal लेते, right? और कभी भी non-metal किसको भी नहीं लेते, सिर्फ लेने का है उनका काम. So this may think, you may think that these are very small things, but that makes a big difference in the annual examination. So I hope you understood this class. So again, we will be right back in the next video. So next, we are going to discuss a very important topic. So stay home, stay tuned. So bye-bye. Meet in the next class.